Inside this box is one of the coolest guitar-related innovations that I've seen in recent years. In this box is the Enya NEXG2. The NEXG2 is a smart guitar, and Enya are, in my opinion, one of the brands really leading the charge on the smart guitar movement at the moment. They are making some incredibly cool products. I recently shot some content on the Enya Inspire, which is their electric guitar with smart guitar features. It's got like a built-in amp simulator, built-in effects, and a bunch of other cool stuff. The NEXG2 is kind of their take on the acoustic guitar, but with a smart guitar twist. I first tried one of these at 42 Gear Street this year, and even though I only got to play one very briefly, I instantly became quite obsessed with it. And it's such a cool, unique piece of equipment. It's not just an acoustic guitar, it sort of does so many other things that allow you to create and explore music as well. So I've been very interested in actually getting my hands on one of these, and it's finally arrived. So I want to say a big thank you to my friends at Enya Music for sponsoring the video and sending this to me to check out. So let's get into the box and see what the NEXG2 is all about. Okay, cool. So the first thing is some instructions. So I'm going to keep this handy because I have a feeling I'm going to have to do some assembly on this. So the first thing I've pulled out is, what is this? Oh, the charging stand for the guitar. So I'm going to keep that to one side. This guitar comes with its own charging station, which is very cool. So when you're not using it, you can put it on the stand and then it charges, which I think is a really nice touch. Enya's boxes are incredible. I think that they make some of the best packed guitars in the business. Accessories, there's a foot switch. Okay, we'll go through that box in a moment. There's a bunch of cool stuff in there that we need to look at. I think that's the legs for the stand. Finally, the guitar itself. So like the Inspire, this comes in a nice gig bag. That's a very nice gig bag. Now, you can see that this is quite a thin gig bag because, as I said, even though the NEXG2 is technically a variation on an acoustic guitar, it's not what you typically consider a standard acoustic guitar. So there's nothing in the front pocket. Let's open it up. There it is. Okay. So the NEXG2 is a smart acoustic guitar, and as such it doesn't really look like a regular acoustic. So it's actually got this additional bit of body framing that I need to mount to the guitar as well. So you don't normally see that coming out of an acoustic gig bag at the best of times. And here is the rest of the guitar. I like that you can actually take this apart and, you know, put it into a thinner gig bag. So if you're actually sort of traveling around a lot, it's quite nice as a portable option. So as you can see, it doesn't look like your typical acoustic guitar. It's very, very different to, you know, what you'd expect from an acoustic style guitar. So this bit, I believe, just slots in like so. I have to undo these. I think I have to undo these screws. Push that in, screw that down. I think I'm doing this right. And the same here. So these are also your strap buttons if you were to play this stood up. Okay, that seems pretty secure. Is it in tune? Absolutely not. So what makes this a smart guitar, you ask? Well, first of all, we've got speakers here. So obviously anything I play will come out of these speakers. But also there's a little touchscreen here on the side, and there's an app to go with this as well, which allows you to unlock some more features. But this has a bunch of cool stuff in, such as a looper and some effects and a bunch of other cool sounds. So I'm just going to try and turn this on and see if there's any charge in this already. Oh, there is. So the screen is coming on. Select your language, download the app to activate the warranty. That's okay, I'm going to do that later on. Okay, so the first thing I probably need to do is tune the guitar. Now this button here has a little tuner icon on, so I'm just going to hold that down. That's muted the output. I'm going to press that button. Right, now we're in tuner mode, so I'm just going to tune up quickly. All right, so we're now in tune. So unplugged, obviously it doesn't sound much like an acoustic guitar. It pretty much sounds like an electric guitar. I'm going to unmute the tuner though. And that's where we get the acoustic sound from the onboard speaker. Now this is super intuitive to use. I haven't actually read a manual yet. I'm literally just experiencing it for the first time. So this guitar doesn't actually come with an instruction manual in the box other than this kind of quick start guide on how to put the stand together. And that's because it's so intuitive. When you turn it on, the touchscreen kind of guides you. So it says acoustic, so I'm just going to touch that, and this allows me to change between a dreadnought that you've heard and an auditorium style acoustic. Oh, actually that's a scroll thing. So I can change to auditorium, confirm. That's cool. It changes the sound of the acoustic. That's very fun. There's also a bunch of other cool things built in, like a looper. There's drum patterns, which is pretty fun. So you can kind of play along to different drum grooves, and like a metronome. That's very handy if you're practicing. There's a looper, so you can, you know, loop and create music on the go. I just think this is a really cool kind of creative tool for musicians because it allows you to practice, play, but then also like record things on the go. There's also some in and out connectivity on the guitar down here. So you've got a USB-C for the power, so you can charge this, a line out, so you can connect this to your audio interface or to a PA system, a microphone in, which we'll get to in a moment, and a headphone socket as well, so you can practice with headphones. So that's very cool. There's a lot of really cool features on that. So I need to charge this because it's just arrived and the battery's low. But first impressions are very, very good. The neck is really nice. It's kind of a consistent thing with Enya that their necks are always pretty great out of the box. I really like the way the Inspire played out of the box, and this is no different. This plays fantastically well out of the box. So let's check out this stand. So this is the charging station for the guitar. So when you're not using it, you put it on this and it charges up for you. So in this box, I assume are going to be, yep, there they are, the legs for the stand. So there's 3 legs, 2 are shorter than the other one. So one would assume that the singular long leg goes in the back here. They just push in and screw into place. And then this also on the rear has a USB-C port. So this would remain plugged in into like a USB socket or a USB adapter into a plug socket. And then when you're done, obviously, with your session, place the guitar on the stand and the guitar will charge through this. It's kind of like a docking station for your guitar. And that's all there is to putting that together. 3 legs that simply just screw in, make sure they're locked in place, and then you can put that wherever you need it to go. And when you put the stand together, the guitar simply goes on top like this, it locks into place, and that is now, if this was plugged in, that would be charging. Then we've got this box of accessories that I opened earlier. Actually, it does have a user manual. I was wrong. There is actually a user manual with this, which has all the information you would need to get started. But again, it's so intuitive that you probably don't even need that. So we have a wireless foot switch. This is a bit of a staple with all Enya products. This allows you to switch between all the different modes on the guitar, so you can have different presets, different banks of sounds. Great if you're going to be using this for performing live as well. So there's that. There's a wireless microphone. This is very useful for the vocalists out there. This also connects to the guitar, and you can obviously run a vocal signal through everything as well. So there's that. That also connects up if you so require it, which I'm not a singer, so probably won't be getting much use out of that, but cool feature to add. USB plugs, some Velcro, a cable, there's an Allen key there for some adjustments, and what is this? This is, oh, I think this is headphones. It is, wow, okay. So Enya have also supplied, oh, that's very cool. A set of like kind of in-ear monitor style headphones. So that's a really cool touch. There's actually these Enya in-ears with it as well, which is very cool. So those could actually be used, you know, as regular in-ear monitors. If you use in-ear monitor systems for shows, they're pretty comfortable. Or you can just pair it with the guitar and use it to listen to yourself practice. So that's very cool. So there we go. That's everything in the box. And a first look at the Enya NEXG2. So I'm going to be doing a full-length video on this, where we're going to be digging into all the specs and all the features in way more detail, and I'm going to do a full deep dive on this and show you everything this can do. So please keep a watch out for that video coming on the channel very, very soon. A big thank you once again to my friends at Enya Music for sending this over to me to check out. I've wanted one of these since I first tried it. It's a really cool idea, and I just think that this is such a cool, innovative approach to the guitar, because not only is it a highly playable and functional instrument, but the additional smart features and what this allows you to do as a musician just takes it to that next level. Because if you're someone, for instance, who is learning how to play, there are tools in here that are invaluable to help you on your journey. But if you're also someone who writes songs, there's a looper in this. There's drum loops to jam along with. So, you know, you can create with this as well. You can learn on it. You can create with it. You can use it. It's functional. You could gig with this. It's good enough to gig with. So I think they've covered a lot of bases with what this thing can do. So yeah, please keep a watch out for that full-length video. If you want to find out a bit more about Enya, there is a video linked in the top corner of this description where I sit down with my friend Richard from Enya Music at 42 Gear Street this year. We talk about a bunch of their guitars and the history of the brand and everything else. It's a really interesting video. There's not much playing in it, but there's a lot of really cool talking points about what Enya are doing as a company, how they're inspiring people, and where we think the future of smart instruments is going to go. So please check that out in the meantime. Thank you for watching as always. If you've tried anything from the Enya Music range, I'd love to hear your thoughts on those instruments in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching as always. Don't forget to hit the like button, and if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing as well. Thank you so much for watching as always, and I'll see you very soon.